Hi guys, I hope you're all well. So just a bit of a heads up before I start filming properly today. I just want to let you guys know that starting from next week I'm going to be filming and uploading 2 videos a week as opposed to 1 video a week. At the moment I upload every Friday morning and I'm still going to carry on with that, but I am going to be uploading every Tuesday as well. Over the past few months I've completely fallen in love with YouTube and I just want to kind of dedicate a bit more time to it, be a bit more creative with it and just try some new things, I guess. So moving on to today's video, and I'm basically going to be doing a bit of a charity shop haul. I've never done anything like this before, just because I haven't really done any hauls before anyway, to be fair, but any hauls that I have seen, obviously a big benefit of that is that you can kind of click on the links down below and be taken to the things that somebody's bought if you want to buy them yourself. But to be fair, I have watched some like thrift store hauls and stuff like that from some US YouTubers, and they're some of my favourite things to watch because I just love to get that kind of inspiration and find out things that people have bought that are kind of truly unique to them and stuff like that. I just find it really interesting for whatever reason. I absolutely love charity shopping. It's one of my favourite things to do kind of on a Saturday afternoon, and I have done a couple of blog posts on it as well in the past, so I will link to those down below if you want to read a little bit more. I think I did one on like my tips for charity shopping and stuff like that, so I will drop those down below. So I'm going to talk about a fashion-y piece first, just because for one it's probably my favourite thing in this entire haul, and for two it is very heavy and I kind of just want to get it out of the way. And it's this leather biker jacket. It still has a label in, I don't know if you can see that, but I haven't worn it yet because I'm not really that much of a leather jacket kind of gal. I do own one and I bought it off eBay or something, and it was like a really cheap faux leather one, and this is genuine leather, hence why it's so heavy, and it's just got this lovely kind of true biker jacket feel to it. It did have some badges on it when I first bought it that had kind of rock bands and stuff like that. I don't know how old it is, but just the smell of it smells so gorgeous. It's like this really heavy, thick leather. It was one of those pieces that I bought and I wasn't entirely sure how I'm going to style it, but obviously it's £15 and it's such good quality leather that I kind of couldn't walk away from it. I didn't want to pass up on it, and I'm really glad that I did buy it. I think I am planning on doing a bit of an autumn kind of lookbook in a few weeks time, so I think I'm just going to kind of play around with it, style it up in different ways before then, and hopefully I will feature it in that video and you can see what it looks like. Another closey bit that I got is this jumper, and I'm not really sure what I think of it. It was from the men's section, so I'm probably going to wear it kind of quite oversized if I do get around to wearing it. You can see it's just this kind of navy and cream stripe. I love stripes. As you can probably tell in most of my videos, I think I'm wearing something striped or something with a v-neck. This doesn't have a v-neck, but it is striped, and yeah, I kind of fell in love with that more than the actual jumper itself. I'm not entirely sure on the shape. It's just this kind of classic crew neck kind of jumper, but I don't know. Again, I think I just need to try it out and style it with a few different things. Probably just with like really skinny black jeans or something, and if I kind of roll the sleeves up or something like that, I don't know. But I'm just going to kind of play around with it, and again, I think this was £2.99 or something insanely cheap like that. You can never have too many jumpers for winter. Myself and my boyfriend have like a whole corner of this room, you can't see it, but a whole corner of this room dedicated to just storing our jumpers, most of which are from charity shops because they're so cheap and you just can't go wrong with a good woolly jumper. I also picked up this jumper which someone actually knitted specifically for the charity shop, which I think is quite cool. And yeah, it's just this kind of really lovely wine, kind of burgundy, purpley colour. It's very itchy. That is my only problem with it. It kind of really scratches, so I do need to wear something kind of long sleeved underneath it. But obviously in the winter that probably won't be too much of a problem because it's all about layering in the winter, and especially when it gets really cold, I can imagine that will be quite cosy and quite snug. I'm not that keen on the neckline of this. It has a kind of higher neckline which I know are quite in at the moment. I'm not personally sure that I can pull that look off. It just doesn't seem to look right on me. I just look like a floating head, and it's just not attractive on me. But yeah, I like it all the same. I don't know, I kind of fell in love with the colour, again probably more than the cut, which seems to be something that I'm doing quite often, but it was a £5 and it's a nice little jumper, and I probably will get a fair bit of wear of it over the next few months. Moving on to homeware kind of pieces, I picked up these bowls. As you can see, one of them is already full of earbuds, and the other one I am using at the moment. It sits on a chest in my bedroom, and I just put like my rings and my watches and stuff like that in there at the end of the day, and then pick them out again the next morning, and I find that it's really handy for that. These are just proper little Chinese bowls. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. They have such a nice pattern on them. I have seen kind of copies of this kind of thing in places like Urban Outfitters and things like that, and I'd really looked at them and thought, oh, they're really beautiful. Hadn't got them, and I'm really glad that I didn't, because these were 2 for £1.50, and in Urban Outfitters and things like that I've seen them for as much as kind of £12 for a bowl. And bric-a-brac is one of my favourite things about charity shops, and I'm really glad that I picked these up because they're just so pretty, and I can imagine them just being useful for so many things around the house and putting so many different little bits and pieces in them. I think they're really cute. Another homeware thing that we picked up is this throw, and I'd seen one really similar in TK Maxx. I really wanted that one, but it was about £18 I think even in there, and at the time I just couldn't justify spending that much on a throw. And we found this one which is really similar. It is absolutely huge. This actually sits in our hallway. We have this really old kind of wicker basket kind of thing. It's quite big, and that sits, all our shoes sit in there, sorry. And this kind of sits on top of that at the moment. It has this really nice kind of cream and red zigzaggy pattern. As I say, it's absolutely huge, and I think this cost us about £3.99, £4, something like that anyway, and that's obviously a bit of a bargain because the original one that we had seen in TK Maxx was £18, and that was down from about 60 or something like that anyway. And to be honest, I think I do kind of prefer this one. The next thing I'm not going to actually show you, I will insert a clip, but it's sitting on my living room wall at the moment, and I can't for the life of me reach to get it down, and it's quite big anyway, so that probably won't work out even if I tried. But it is this bubble clock, and we bought this in a charity shop in the city. Again, it was brand new, or it looked brand new. It was kind of all packaged in its box, and it came with like the wrapping and stuff around it, so presumably it was completely brand new. Most of our living room is kind of browns and greys and stuff like that, so it is nice to just have that little extra pop of colour, that extra bit of red, and it's quite different. I think that most people who've come over to our flat have had something to say on it, whether that's good or bad, really is dependent on the person at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, I really like it, and I think that it's something, like I say, a bit different, a bit quirky. Another thing that we picked up for our living room is this little glass terrarium. It's obviously black, and it's got this kind of hexagon. We actually bought this from the charity shop right next door to our flat, and it didn't have a price on it, so we took it up to the till, and the guy there was kind of like, oh, I don't know, to have it 20p. So for 20p I don't think this is too bad, and it sits in the middle of our coffee table at the moment. It's got this little succulent in, but whether we'll keep that in there or not, I don't know. It's not my favourite plant in the house, but it kind of goes with our living room and stuff. We have a lot of plants and little things like this in there, and I just think that again it adds a little bit of something. It's a bit of a talking point when people come in, and yeah, it's just a bit different, and for 20p you can't really go wrong. So that's it for my charity shop haul collection kind of thing. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon.